Advances in technology are changing every aspect of our lives. For instance, our homes are getting smarter, and that includes lighting.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Casanova with Creon. I've been in the lighting industry for a little over 12 years.
Hi, my name is Gustavo Tello, and I am the founder of the lighting studio, and I've been doing lighting since the year 2001. So lighting has been changing our lives. The technology evolves so much and so fast that now, not only on a yearly basis, on a monthly basis, everything changes for the better.
We shine a light on new lighting trends and how it can help transform our lives on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. When it comes to home design, having the right lighting is one of the most important things. With the latest in LED innovation, it's now easier than ever to have the perfect lighting in any room. Today, we get expert advice on lighting systems that hold your speakers and AC vents, how to choose the right bulb for any room, setting up the perfect lighting for makeup, and so much more. Hi, welcome to SoFlo Home Project, Jocelyn and Gustavo.
Hi, Alena. Thank you for having us.
Well, this is going to be a great treat for our viewers because you are both lighting specialists, and we have always wanted to do an entire episode devoted to lighting for the home. And we are in a gorgeous home here and have a lot of great lighting to show. But I thought it would be great to first talk a little bit about the ways that you have seen lighting evolve.
I'll say probably in the last 5 to 6 years have changed between regular standard light bulb to all these LED new world that it's at the everyday learning process that we both have been going through because it has constantly changing.
So much innovation.
A lot of innovations. So in the new LED world, we refer to the intensity of the light in terms of lumens and not wattage.
Jocelyn and I have worked in quite a few projects here in South Florida, and we've seen how, in some developers' homes, they spend so much into the finishes, flooring, kitchen, and then lighting. They just put a grid of 4,000 Kelvin, white lighting throughout, and it just kills the whole project.
You mentioned Kelvin.
Yes.
So let's educate our viewers if they're not familiar, because this is really important stuff. Because I think a lot of the times people may buy the wrong light. It looks too white. It looks too blue. It looks too yellow. Explain Kelvin.
Basically, it is the color temperature of the light. It's measured by numbers.
Right.
So what I mean by that, we'll start about in 2,700 Kelvin, which is 2,700, and then that's the warm look. Then we jump into the 3,000 Kelvin. That's in a neutral temperature color. The higher it gets, the coolest it gets.
It's a psychological effect, When you go to a hospital and office, you see that it's very white, very bright, and you think it's more lit than a home like this. And then some customers, they may want to do that in their homes, but we avoid it. We try to show them with real case scenarios like this home that what you want to do. For example, in the kitchen, in the dining, you have a steak. If you have 4,000 Kelvin, which is cool white, it's going to look pale.
Right.
It's going to look weird.
That is not the best color.
Correct.
For that area of the home.
Correct.
It's all user specific and of course decor specific. You might want that ambiance to feel crisper and more modern and cool, but you may want the warmth like you were suggesting.
Correct.
As well. So this home in particular is stunning, and there is such a great balance of lighting here. So why don't we sort of tour through what was done here, because there is a lot on the ceiling and a lot of beautiful things. So let's start with this, because this is very interesting, and I know that there's a lot of hidden elements in this.
Yes.
So basically, this is a linear system channel in which we have a lot of different options that we can integrate in there. We're capable of adding air returns, sprinklers, even speakers inside of the profile of the lighting system.
And as a designer, we don't like seeing all those things. We don't like seeing the sprinklers. We don't like seeing the ducts if we could avoid it. And now we've got a lot of other great things here with the lighting. recessed lights that don't have any visible trim.
Correct. For example, houses like this, we love to do the trimless, which is no border around the light. Like if you see on this particular recess throughout the house, you see that the drywall comes up to the edge, but there's no border. And it's beautiful.
Great look.
Yeah, normally some customers like it in white, the actual trim, so it disappears. But in this one, we wanted to do the contrast because of the type of finishes the architect chose.
We've got a lot more to talk about because lighting is such a great topic, and we are going to be sharing with you some more tips when we get back. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, learn how to retrofit your existing lighting fixtures.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and we're going to look at why this family decided to change out their windows with new hurricane impact protection on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Have you registered for our Home Sweet Home stores at Gulfstream Park Village $5,000 gift card giveaway? Well, SoFlo Home Project and Gulfstream Park Village are giving away $5,000 in gift cards from the 10 home stores at Gulfstream Park Village. Stay there to learn how to get in on the fun. But first, let's head into one of the 10 home stores here at Gulfstream Park Village to check out some great outdoor furnishings. This is Pottery Barn. Hi, Frank.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here because we want to share with our viewers some of the perfect outdoor furnishings, and we are in a gorgeous setup right here.
This is one of our newest collections that we've featured this year for outdoor.
And of course, a lot of different accessories also makes the perfect yard.
Correct.
So what have you got? Umbrellas, lanterns, what can we find here at Pottery Barn?
We can find umbrellas, lanterns, we can find nesting tables, coffee tables, side tables, everything
And
that
even
you can
these
do.
great candles here.
Amazing candles.
All about safety, so this way you don't actually even need to light them, but they look so real.
I know, and they come with remotes.
Now, Frank, you have got some more setups for us to share, so let's go check out the next one.
Perfect.
Frank, outdoor decorating is all about creating an experience, and this is incredible. What have you got here?
Well, let's talk about the Huntington. So the Huntington, just like the Malibu, it can be configured any way you want it to be configured.
We love our pillows, right? So
Correct,
the
correct.
throw pillows make this entire set, and you guys sell all of these here.
We sell all of them here.
Love that. And you also carry all the accessories. So
Correct.
everything on this beautiful coffee table to create this nice ambiance, from the plants to the candles to the bowls, all of that.
Now we have lanterns that you can literally have outside, keep outside with your outdoor. And the best part about it all, you can come and ask for a designer and it'll be free in-home design. So they can design the inside of your house as well as the outdoor.
Well, that was awesome, Frank. Thanks so much for spending some time with us and sharing with our viewers some of the great things you have here for summer and all year, really, in South Florida.
Yes.
We could do outdoors all year.
All year.
Now, to win the $5,000 in gift cards from the 10 home stores at Gulfstream Park Village, you've got to register. Go to local10.com/contest and enter the Home Sweet Home stores at Gulfstream Park Village gift card giveaway from SoFlo Home Project and Gulfstream Park Village. And next week, I'll show you some great dining room options from Crate & Barrel, another one of the home stores here at Gulfstream Park Village. 10 home stores, one address, and don't forget, there's only 3 weeks left to enter our contest, so good luck. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our lighting tips with lighting experts, Jocelyn Casanova with Creon and Gustavo Tello with the Lighting Studio. So there have been so many great innovations in lighting over the years, and as you mentioned earlier before the break, it is constantly evolving and changing. Gone are the days of the incandescent bulbs, now a lot of cool LEDs, and you've got some interesting stuff here.
So, for example, we wanted to show you these pieces. We talked about trimless lights before. A trimless light will look like this. The reason you have this mud ring is so you can plaster over it and it looks invisible like the way you see it
So
here.
does that needs to be done in new construction, or can this be done in remodel as
It
well?
can be done in both.
Okay,
It can be
great.
done in both. In this one, you actually see the trim. Some people like it because, they don't want to spend maybe so much on the labor side.
So I know this is just a little sampling of the lights here, but there is one more that I am seeing illuminating behind you.
Absolutely.
What is this?
So basically, it is a recess profile into the wall. So giving you the opportunity to that, if you actually go all the way up, I know this is just a small sample, just a sneak peek, but it still gives you a little bit of light towards the ceiling, giving you that architectural look through the space. So we could go probably 10, 20 feet high.
That is so interesting because there are so many great innovations with LED, and as you mentioned, the incandescent being phased out, that's a good opportunity for us to talk about retrofitting existing light fixtures, and we're going to get more information on that. But first, let's see what TAC Renata from FHIA has for us today.
I'm really going to love this installation because there were a lot of decisions the homeowner made in the initial consultation in deciding to change out this window. First, they have accordion shutters. They weren't happy with how difficult it was to open and close them last hurricane season, so they were thinking about changing out and providing better hurricane protection. But cosmetically, they wanted to change the window because they didn't want the divided light anymore in the window. They wanted something more with clean glass. They also wanted more energy efficiency, and they wanted to update the look of the home. So another big concern with them, with where this bedroom is located close to the street, they were hoping to get a window that would cut down some of the noise associated with being so close to the street. So it looks like we took care of all of their concerns. They're going to love the decisions they made with this opening, and I really can't wait to see how everything turns out. This is the casement window that they selected, and what we love about the window, it gives them a full view glass with nothing breaking up the window that would obstruct the view. They wanted that really clean look, especially being on the front of the house, but they wanted an insulated unit as well to cut down on the road noise. And when this window opens, it hinges out to provide a full clearance. So it also has a screen, so if they open it up, they'll get a nice fresh breeze and a lot of clearance to get out in case of an emergency. So folks who choose the casement window love how it operates, but also the look of it. It's a really clean look, and there's no division in the light. So people like that unobstructed look. So this is just the perfect example of how important that initial home consultation is, and for you to get the right information from your contractor and make sure everything goes perfectly. So the better educated you are, the more questions you ask, the better the ultimate outcome will be. And this is a great example of that. They're going to really be happy with all their decisions. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So you were both mentioning that incandescent is going to be phased out, and obviously with all of the new LED innovations. What are some ways that homeowners can update without necessarily changing so many of the fixtures in their home?
In the cases I worked in the past, there's pretty much 3 efficient ways to do it. First one, which is the typical case that you would see people unscrewing the light bulb and putting LED retrofit fixture, but it's simply an LED panel. And what happens in homes like in Boca Raton, Coral Gables, etc., where you have high ceilings, the light just doesn't go all the way down.
So you have to be careful about ceiling height when retrofitting.
Correct. The other 2 ways that I've used is, one, change the existing LED bulb for a part 30, part 38 LED, a proper beam angle according to the height, and then change for a better looking trim. That's an easy solution. And then the third one is to actually grab, for example, one of these bad boys and actually taking away part of the socket of the actual existing fixture, including the driver, and then put in this one.
So in this case, you're going to need the electrician for that one.
Yes.
So that's the non-DIY. The other one you can sort of do easily on your own, unless your ceilings are super high.
Yeah.
So that sounds like there's a lot of great options. And what do you think, what is maybe, Jocelyn, one of the best ways to get the most out of the retrofit?
It's quite challenging because homeowners are obviously always looking for not to spend that much, having for what they already have existing.
Striking that balance.
So some of the solutions that we need to come up with, okay, let's see what you have existing, we will just replace what you have coming down. However, there are certain cases that they might have either a chandelier or a pendant or just a surface mounted fixture that they're still using those incandescent or halogen light bulb that they'd like to replace. In those cases, we really need to take take them down and just offer them a new option, a whole new fixture. But the beauty on this particular fixture that you have the option to move them around individually as a single cylinder.
Wow, so you have multiple lights that move within one fixture.
So if you might have a piece of art on the side, you can just light it up in there and giving you the opportunity as well with the frame or completely
That's
frameless.
really interesting. So all great information, and we are going to be taking a look at other ways to get that beautiful lighting in your home when we come back. Coming up next, setting the mood with beautiful pendants and chandeliers. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. We're continuing our day of lighting tips with the lighting specialists, Jocelyn and Gustavo. And now, before the break, we talked about retrofitting your light fixtures, but we've also talked about all of the innovations with LED lighting in the home. And I think, in addition to that, what is lighting without the decorative fixtures, right?
It's very important. This is the right approach for a home like this. It's not only to do architectural lighting, but combine it with also decorative. Now, decorative tends to give you the general lighting. So the way we like to play around with it in the architectural lights is to work in different circuits. Say this set, for example, you can have only these on it. Now you will have even illumination throughout. However, if you play by dimming them a little bit and then blowing up the up lights that are in the back, it just gives it more drama. And then at the same time, you can play with the closed beam angles, recessed ones to have little spots marked down in certain areas. So it plays a role. Even here, we did on purpose a specific recess up on the upper part of these pandas, so that when they're off and you turn it on, you actually have the shadows of the rings.
So it's all about doing things to highlight the architecture, the decorative aspects, and so it sounds like you've layered the lighting.
Yeah.
So of course, decorative lighting can really enhance a space and bring a whole other element that's beautiful to a room, but lighting in itself can really change the feel of a space and set a mood.
We can set up different moods and make the home feel cozy and comfortable enough depending of the time being. So what I mean by that, let's say that we're having dinner and with the family and we really want to have a light up what you're having in your plate in this case, or you perhaps having a family gathering and having a romantic dinner, we can definitely dim the light much lower. Another important point is that probably we don't even pay attention of those details, but if you realize here, Lena, we have 7 different rings. If you go to any restaurant or any even kitchen countertop, you will see that they usually have odd numbers as pendant. So we go from 1 to 3 to 5 to 7, but it's really rare just in the design behind the scenes little tricks that they usually will go with odd numbers instead of even numbers.
That is a great tip for our viewers. So, and that goes for a lot of things across design, even when it comes to accessories. Look, we've got 3 right here.
Right.
So it's always about that perfect odd number throughout. And what I love about this too is here you have a very high ceiling, and so it's like suspended at a lot of different heights. So it ends up being sculptural as well as functional. So that's why the experts is so important when it comes to lighting, because you want to make sure that if you're highlighting something, it's highlighted in the most beautiful way possible.
Correct.
Next, on SoFlo Home Project, we show you how to set up the perfect lighting for makeup. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing talking with our lighting specialist, Gustavo Tello from the Lighting Studio, and Jocelyn Casanova from Creon. So we've covered a lot of lighting today, given our viewers a lot of tips, but one of, I think, the most important things when it comes to lighting is having the right lighting for putting on makeup, grooming, you know, all of those tasks that the lighting is key. So I thought we could discuss the great ways to do that.
Absolutely. So that's definitely one of the most important things in terms of lighting, because we have the tendency not knowing what type of, probably the color temperature, which will be the right fit for that space. So it's the other way around, the way that it works into a living area or perhaps into the kitchen area, which we're looking for us to look into the detail for the makeup, and probably for them, and by the time they get to shave and all those details that we really want to look into a mirror in a bathroom. The higher the color on the CCT, which is the color temperature, the best it is, just because it gives you more into the details of what you're really looking for.
Right, so in this case, we don't want that dim lighting, although sometimes it probably is nice, but
right.
that brighter lighting for task grooming is best.
Agreed.
And
yes.
that would be what color temperature? Around 3,500?
3,500 is the best, which is because it's not too warm white and it's not too
Perfect
cool white,
balance.
right? And then also, there's a few things. A lot of people tell me, Gustavo, I want the best recessed downlight cream on the top side of my master, vanity. And I tell them, no, you can complement it with that, but you don't want the shadow of your own face when you're going to do the makeup. So the best light is actually frontal, totally frontal, right color temperature. Also, some people say, but I want it white, very white. And I tell them, well, your wife, when she's gonna do the makeup, she might come out looking like a clown because she's gonna do over red.
You don't want the bright lighting for that
yes,
makeup.
you don't want to do the over reds because the color changes if the sheer right, it's not the proper one, or the color temperature.
So that's good information, because a lot of the times if viewers at home are buying lighting online or in a store, usually in the specs it will say the lumens, it will say the Kelvin. So you could, by taking note of some of these tips, hopefully it will help you if you are purchasing on your own, because these are great things to look for.
Correct.
This has been wonderful. This is so much great information. Not only are we touring a beautiful home, but learning so much about lighting. So thank you both for sharing your expertise with our viewers.
Thank you very much for having us once again. It was an honor to be with you in the show.
Thank you for the opportunity. We love what we do.
Well, we hope to have you back soon. We could always use great lighting tips. And now let's check out what we have for you next week. Adding color to your decor doesn't have to be intimidating. We show you how to liven your home with the right color palette. And now let's check in with Hunter Franke, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he has going on tomorrow. Hunter, what's up?
Hey there, Alena. This is typically where I tell you what we're doing tomorrow on SoFlo Health at 12:30. Well, there isn't a SoFlo Health at 12:30 until June 13th. See, Formula One is tomorrow, and then we have the NBA playoffs twice. So we'll see you on June 13th with more fun, healthy information as usual, and even a sneak peek at what Frost Science has going on. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Hunter. And to our viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you got lots of great lighting tips for your own home. And we'll see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. You could also submit your own design disasters, and you never know, we could be knocking on your door to help. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.